these are live visuals of our breaking news story. South African DJ, television presenter, businessman Warrick Stock, known as DJ Warras, has been shot and killed at the Johannesburg CBD. He was killed this afternoon. Chriselda Lewis is at the scene for us.
From the Johannesburg CBD, as you can see, the Forensic Pathology Services van is now taking the remains of popular South African DJ as well as businessman DJ Warras, as he was popularly known. Warrick Stock, that of course was his name. A popular, incredibly talented DJ here in South Africa. I can tell you, while we cannot show you the removal of the remains from where they are, we know that part of the family is also part of the forensics teams. On the visual that you can see, the family members have now surrounded the pathologist van, and it's their final goodbye to DJ Warras. Warrick Stock, that was his name, popularly known as DJ Warras, shot and killed here in the Johannesburg CBD today. Police have not yet released a full statement about what has transpired, but SABC News understands that he had been busy with an operation of upgrading security services at one of the buildings in this area, and it seems now the forensics are done with their job. The body has just been removed from the Johannesburg CBD now, and the family will have to come to terms. I can tell you there's some industry friends and colleagues that are here in the Johannesburg CBD. They also heard the news and rushed to hear. They've spoken about DJ Warras and the incredible talent that he was. The family also speaking about the incredible person that he was. And I can tell you, over the next couple of days, one of the things that really stood out about DJ Warras was that he was incredibly opinionated. If you followed him on social media, as I did, he had an opinion about politics, he had an opinion about music, he had an opinion about a number of topics. He was not somebody who shied away from speaking up about anything that was taking place in South Africa. And that is something that his sister mentioned, Nicole Stock, who we spoke to a few moments ago here on SABC News. She talking about how devastating this is for them, how devastating it is for his mother, how his mother is also trying to remain strong in the midst of this tragedy. I mean, it's just a few days before Christmas, and you can only but understand the devastation and the loss that comes with losing a loved one during this time. And the family is still trying to process it. I must say, the sister Nicole Stock was incredibly strong when she was speaking to us, but you can tell that once she has to deal with the mammoth task of identifying the remains of her brother and having to ensure that any information that the investigators may need, the family is able to provide. She is now going to have to, she did say, perhaps it is the adrenaline at this point. It is the adrenaline of a family member, of course, who has lost their loved one. And at this particular stage, they're going to have to deal with the incredible loss. We also heard from some of the industry colleagues who indicated that they're going to miss DJ Warras. They're going to miss him as a friend. They're going to miss him as a colleague. Many DJing alongside him, and he was also a DJ at SABC radio station 5FM. We saw him come up greatly at YFM, a youth radio station, and he was an incredible talent once he burst into the scene, or onto the scene for that matter. I recall I'd been one of those followers, of this talent, someone who was incredible at what he did, someone who's worked for a number of radio stations. That certainly demonstrates the kind of person that he was. And I mean, many are going to pay tribute to him over the past couple of days. Just looking at some of the social media reaction that we have seen, the social media reaction, from South Africans who are talking about the talent that he was, how opinionated he was, and in the next few moments, this family has to really. The forensic pathology services van is now going to leave the scene in the next few moments. The remains of DJ Warras have been removed from where he was shot and killed. And there are so many bystanders. I tell you, here in the Johannesburg CBD, it's generally incredibly busy during this time. Everyone has gathered around here. Everyone has gathered around this particular area, in total shock of what has taken place, in total devastation. Everybody knew him, and there's one thing that DJ Warras did not see. You would have heard his sister talk about, how he was, I think she said, a Mexican Zulu. He spoke Zulu very, very, very fluently, and obviously because from KZN, the family, in KwaZulu-Natal as well. But he was such a, a talented DJ. You can tell from what we understand. He was busy with at this building, an astute businessman as well. And I think, many of his colleagues and friends are going to share the same sentiments over the next a couple of days. The forensics pathology service van, some of his friends, it's not a pretty sight, I guess, to watch. Some of his friends, are right at the spot where his body had been lying for several hours now. And part of their duty, I don't think we should be showing that. I think my colleague, Gabin Jokweni, you see the police are actually just removing some of the police tape signaling that this area is likely to be opened in the next few moments. After several hours, of course, bystanders here, in shock of what has taken place. I've actually spoken to some of his friends a little bit earlier on, and they were still in shock. They were really in shock in terms of, how DJ Warras had been shot and killed. And many of the people on social media, after, we had put out the news that he had been shot and killed, indicating that, crime has once again robbed, South Africa of a huge talent. And I know tributes are certainly going to be paid. We don't have any details at this stage in terms of what happens next, but the family did say they will be communicating with the public in the next couple of hours. They've literally just, or are literally going to leave the scene, at this stage, and leaving the scene now to go and prepare for what needs to happen next. But a family in complete devastation, a family that has to come to terms with the brutal killing of DJ Warras, Warrick Stock, and I know that a number of his former colleagues on radio stations around the country, some who've actually contacted me, have indicated, they've made announcements on the radio as well as on the television, about the death of DJ Warras. Unfortunately, are shot and killed here in the Johannesburg CBD. We wait for an official response from or something pertaining to the investigations by police on what exactly they're investigating at this particular point. But of course, what we can confirm is that he was shot and killed. He had come from the top floor, one of the top floors of this building. In fact, I think I'm able to show you this building at the stage. This is the building that DJ Warras had been working in. I do understand that he was busy with some security measures, and there seems to be somewhat of a complete silence away from the windows of this building, where I do understand he was installing security. He had been tasked or hired to install security in this building, inserting biometrics because it is believed to have been one of of the hijacked buildings. So I think the owners might have been wanting to take it back. And when he came downstairs and in fact had walked to right where you see the sign which is this road sign right next to this vehicle, he came towards this direction, I understand, and when the shots had rung out, he had moved right to where I do believe, from what eyewitnesses are telling us, that's where unfortunately he could not make it any further. That's the understanding of what we have at this stage. Family members and friends just cleaning off the area where he is. We will not show you those visuals, Unati. I think that will be rather insensitive, but you see the forensic teams are carrying the forensic bags, whatever it is that they have found, perhaps would be some kind of link towards what transpired here today. The police, of course, will indicate what exactly they are investigation, what their preliminary investigations are indicating at this particular stage. And I did indicate, Unati, that we're also trying to be incredibly sensitive here. We won't be showing the area that's been cleaned off. In fact, what we can show you at this stage is the forensics teams, which have clearly completed their work now. They're going to leave the scene. This road, which has been closed off for a couple of hours now, is being opened. It's been a couple of hours now since the forensic pathology van that was also here is also still here. This road had been closed off for several hours, and I can certainly tell you that many of the bystanders and people who told us about hearing gunshots that had gone off will be able to get much greater detail from the police about, what exactly transpired, what they're investigating. There is really not much that we can talk about now in terms of what the authorities are doing, but we've only heard from the family and the friends who are absolutely devastated about what has taken place. Some of the friends you can see there, I'll ask my colleague. There's a DJ PH Madumela, who is one of the friends that we spoke to just a few moments ago, and he, spoken to DJ Warras a couple of hours just before he had met his untimely death, just a couple of hours. He talked about how they worked together, how they were into the podcast business now, which is very popular now in South Africa, of course, and they were navigating their way into that space now. And certainly, some of the friends that I've gathered here trying to hold strong during this particular point. But the crime scene itself now has been opened. You will see a lot of traffic flowing through here now. It's been cordoned off for a couple of hours, and the forensic pathology van is still behind me. The family saying their final send-off, and being part of, they were telling us how devastated they are, how other family members as well. We've seen some of the photographers, the crime scene photographers in fact, seem to have been moving towards another direction now. It looks like as well that the Metro Police have also been brought in to ensure one of the areas, I'll just show you where the cars that had not been flowing through this particular area, this road will be opened now. Many friends, many colleagues, industry mates, they have been here for the past couple of hours. They're the family just hugging, some of his friends, and for them, it's absolute devastation, having to deal with the loss of what has taken place now. The family, as you can see, some of the family members, the sister, the brothers as well, they will now, of course, leave. They're leaving the crime scene at this stage, and for them, it's about picking up the pieces now and having to deal with the loss of their loved one. And for them, they've already indicated to us that they will give us details a little bit later on about what is going to happen next. I guess those details will be details. The family just leaving the crime scene at this stage, and they've indicated they will communicate with the South African public about what is going to happen next. But certainly it has been a devastating past couple of hours with South Africans now coming to learn about the passing, shot and killed in the Johannesburg CBD of DJ Warras, Warrick Stock. And tributes, of course, over the next couple of days are going to be paid to an incredible individual, someone who was very outspoken, someone who also, was incredible at his craft, having worked for one of the SABC's radio stations, 5FM as well. We saw his rise as well through YFM, and I'm sure over the next couple of days we're going to hear many friends who shared even greater moments with him, talk about his talent, talk about the caliber of person that he was, and this road has now been opened. Unati, I'm just going to let you go for the next a couple of moments. I also need to move our vehicle from where it is parked as this particular area has been opened once again.
Absolutely. Chriselda Lewis there at the Johannesburg CBD. That's, of course, a scene where DJ Warras was shot and killed. Indeed, as Chriselda said, crime has robbed the country yet again of a great talent. A sad and somber reconciliation day for family, friends and entertainment industry at large as the news, of course, of the murder of DJ Warras. Warrick Stock begins to sink in. He was, as Chriselda has been saying, shot and killed a few hours ago. His body has just moments ago been removed at the scene by police forensic teams. As they left, his family also left. The South African DJ, the podcaster, television presenter, businessman, known as DJ Warras, of course, is being remembered for his work ethic, his bubbly personality, his strategic mind, his love for his three boys. Chriselda, having spoken earlier to his friend DJ PH Madubula, will play you that clip a little bit later on. But earlier, she also spoke to his sister, Nicole Stock, from the scene.
It's been a rough couple of hours for you as the family. I don't even want to ask you how you're doing, but this is a terrible shock to you as the family and a shock to the nation.
I'm still in shock. I haven't processed it officially. I've just touched his body. It's still warm. Yeah, I don't actually have words. I don't know what to say. I'm broken, I'm shattered, because we know he was a voice for many people around the country and even around the world. He spoke out bravely about so many issues that not many people will speak about. It's truly a tremendous loss, not only to us as a family, but to a nation as well. And I hope we use this opportunity to not focus only on the negative. Justice will prevail. We need to let things take its course. We need to stand together. People who are tweeting or posting videos, please, I'm pleading to all of you, if you can remove certain images. He's got 3 beautiful boys. Just if you could take that off. We don't want that. We need you guys. We need positive stuff right now. He was a good guy and everybody knows that, and I think that's all I can really say.
And Nicole, you were speaking to mom, no parent ever wants to bury their child. You spoke about, and thank you for understanding, because, we came here and we respected the family's wishes not to make the announcement. And unfortunately, we did see on social media that there was announcements that had been made. And just talk to us about the caliber of person he was. We knew the DJ, he was family to you. PH spoke about what a wonderful father he was. And I guess those are the sentiments that we're going to hear over the next couple of days as tribute is being paid to him.
He was, as most of you know, a selfless human being. Warrick would take his shoes off of his feet, his clothes off of his body for somebody. He was a very giving, open-handed human being. And no one really knew these things about him. Instead, they would say negative things whenever he did something, but he was selfless. He was for everyone, for every child, for any adults. He was a Zulu, a Mexican Zulu, as all of you know, a Scandinavian. He found the humor in the diversity of who we are as a nation. There's no boundaries or no barriers when it came to Warrick and people, and we mustn't forget that. My mum is completely and utterly devastated. I love you. Be strong. There's a lot of people standing with you. I know that it's difficult, and the next few days are going to be tremendously difficult. Cindy, Rio, Ethan, Eli, Keon, I need you guys to be really strong. We need to unite as a family at the moment. We're going to hear a lot of funny stories. Don't listen to anything that's negative. You know who your dad was. So I need you guys to stand together. Please. Yeah, I don't even know what to say. I'm traumatized. I don't know if it's the adrenaline that's pumping. But please, guys, keep us all in prayer. You know, his friends, his family as well. There's so many of you, I don't even know who to name. But thank you for also respecting the timing of everything as well. You know, we'll see what happens the next couple of hours, days, weeks, and even months. You know, I can't say too much, but yeah, I need to keep it together. I have to keep it together.
Nicole, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very, very much. I know how difficult this has been for you. You've been in conversation with the forensics and the police, and you're the family member who's standing strong here this afternoon in the face of such a devastating tragedy. Thank you, Nicole. Condolences to you and your family once again. Thank you so much.